Hello, YouTube. We are back. This is Compound Fracture Plays Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. Let's hit play. So I was just telling my chat in the gap there, and I'm going to tell you again because now YouTube's here. I got this T-shirt. Taco Fest. I wanted to tell the story of Taco Fest because it's a hilarious story, and stories are wonderful. So Taco Fest, despite its name, was not actually a taco festival. It was, in fact, a punk rock festival, a festival of amazing local bands, and it was really, really, really cool. And I think I have this set to 1,000 meters because they're turning around. Yeah, I do. Turn that up. Okay. Yeah, because we're not plowing any of these roads. That's not good. So it was a punk rock festival that also had tacos, right? And it was just a taco-themed festival, and it picked up from, there was another festival called Burger Fest that you might expect had burgers. So they brought a couple taco trucks in or whatever. But it turned out that people really like tacos. Like, people are big fans of tacos. And it was in the Vancouver suburb Burnaby, which is, Burnaby's not quite so with it, compared to the actual city of Vancouver, at Swangard Stadium, or soccer stadium. And so, big outdoor stadium. And so they only brought in like 2 taco trucks, right? Just thinking it would be like food for the concert goers. And, but then it turned out half the city showed up for tacos because thinking it was this giant taco festival. And so, they sold like $20 passes. It was, $20 was great. We got to see like a whole bunch of bands and screw it, I'm going to do this. Yeah, so notice there's a lot of bands on the back of the shirt. I think there are anyway, unless I'm like really screwing up here. Maybe there aren't bands on the back of this shirt. Maybe it doesn't have bands on it. I don't know, maybe it's just black. But either way, there were bands. There were like 20 bands. 20 bands for $20. It was a brilliant thing. And, really good live music. And, but it's punk rock, right? So there aren't that many, there aren't that many punk fans in the general population. The taco-loving population doesn't really like punk music, it turns out. So we had all of these people show up to Taco Fest expecting tacos. And so the 2 taco trucks that they had were totally overloaded. And so the Yelp reviews and all the various reviews were flooded. And there were like letters to local newspapers and everything, like the little entertainment newspapers and stuff, of all these people who were just furious that they paid $20 to get in to get tacos. Then they found that they had to pay for the tacos too, as well as paying the $20 just to get in the door. And there were these shitty bands playing this loud, screamy music, and there weren't even enough tacos to go around. And they got robbed of their $20 to get in the door expecting these delicious tacos, and it was this huge fiasco, right? Which was just great. just hilarious. Not hilarious if you were organizing the festival, but hilarious for me because I like chaos. I'm a lover of chaos. And boy, was it ever. So the next year they did Taco Fest a second time, and they scaled back the music. They had one big headline band, but they kind of like sanitized it a bit and had a sort of a more general appeal to the music. And it kind of sucked, but they had plenty of taco trucks. However, the taco-loving crowd did not come back the second year. So it ended up where the attendance was like 1/10 of what it was the first year. And so you had all these people like bringing their taco trucks to sell tacos. And they were just kind of milling about with no customers. And it was this giant failure. And that's the story of Taco Fest. We only ever had 2. There were only ever 2 Taco Fests. First one was great. First one was hilarious, had great music. I loved it. Second one sucked. And that's just the way it went. That's terrible. Oh, it was, but think of the chaos. Won't somebody please think of the chaos? Oh boy. Oh, wonderful. Yeah, massive misread, sure. I think it was the crowd that misread the Taco Fest, especially since every little piece of advertising for Taco Fest talked about it being a music festival. It's just people kind of ignored that. They read the cover and expected the book to match the cover, and it really didn't. That's what you get, Burnaby crowd. Anyway, that's the story of Taco Fest. I loved it. I was very happy that it failed in the particular way it failed. I mean, I'd love to have more taco fests because the first one was so good. But, yeah, didn't happen anymore. Oh, well. We should have tacos in the game. I'm going to pretend that there's tacos. Well, I suppose our people can make their own tacos. You know, they are, like, I suppose, individuals with their own identity and their own ability to make tacos for themselves. I'm noticing, too, that since we took a bus off this line, there seem to be lots of workers here but at this bus platform, but that's actually okay, because this bus platform is supplying the really important stuff over here. It's also supplying the food factory, which we had a bit of a worker shortage in the past. And again, though, look at that. Our big problem is where export trucks. But that shouldn't be that big of a problem, because look at all of these. They're all just sitting there. That's weird. These trucks should be snapping into action, you'd think. Oh, well. Maybe. You know what I bet you it is? I bet you it's that these warehouses are probably all full. They are. That's what's happening. That's why we can't get the food out of the food factories, because we don't have enough space in the warehouses, which is a really good problem to have. And I'm not going to start exporting food because exporting food was always just a very, very low profit situation. So, yeah, we'll just call it good enough. I like it. I like it. We have plenty of food. Massive food surplus. Nothing wrong with that. A taco surplus, if you will. How's the tunnel coming? Oh, not very well. Okay. So what's going to end up happening probably is that this stuff will be done maybe before the tunnel's done. Maybe not, though. You know what? I'm wishing we'd done another bus here. Did we switch the worker source? Oh, no, we didn't. Well, that totally explains the problem. We'd never switched the source of workers to the more local source. That's a mistake. So now the buses will be way more efficient. There are 3 of them, I think. Only 2. Huh. So we should probably get rid of one of these vehicles and put another bus in. Probably. Maybe one of the opens? We only have 4 opens, though. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, so we need more construction workers, that's for sure. Well, hopefully it'll solve itself now that it's pulling from the local source. That will be way more efficient than going all the way to Spanovsky. No doubt about it. USB sticks. I think USB sticks are used with the laptops, aren't they? Like the memory cards work with the ebooks, but the USB sticks with software work with laptops. So I'm not really sure what laptops do now that you can't do control laptops, but I think they do some stuff. Yes, the wheels on the bus go round and round. Much faster! Faster wheels! Going round really quick. It'll be good. How's the hospital coming? That's important. Well, it's doing okay. It's waiting on some gravel. It'll get gravel soon, though, right? Like, I mean, we're pulling gravel from here, right? We better be. Oh, we got dump trucks that aren't even being used. Source of gravel's empty. What's our source of gravel? Did I pick the wrong source of gravel? Processing plant? Oh no! That was a big dummy move there. I told it to grab from the processing plant, and that should not be happening. It should be grabbing from the storage. Man, no wonder we're having so much trouble getting roads done and stuff. We're having gravel shortages because I misconfigured that one. I made lots of mistakes in setting this thing up. Jeez. Oh well, it's fixed now. All this worrying about tacos, I should be worrying about gravel. Gravel's tacos too, you know. I think. Nothing to use USBs with. Is it that USBs don't have useful software on them, or is it that you can't use them with a laptop? Because I think USBs go with the laptop. I think that's the deal. Ooh, okay. Bulldozers. Bulldozers. Look at them doze. They're so full of bull. They sure do doze. Okay, well, fair enough then. I'm not sure what happened. I mean, sometimes because there's so many developers doing so many different things, you'll get like something will be disabled, and then like only half of a thing will be disabled, and the other half still in the game. Like, there's a lot of books sometimes that happens too, where the books end up being totally useless because all the recipes go away, but the books are still there in the game because no one's bothered to remove them. That kind of stuff happens all the time. So that's probably what it is. But yeah, I'm pretty sure both smartphones and e-ink PCs do not use USB. I'm almost certain that they never have. It's always just been the laptops. Yes, wild purging. That's true. I mean, it's ultimately it's just what you get when you're trying to organize a dev team of like thousands of volunteers and no one who's paid to coordinate it all. It's kind of unavoidable at a certain point. Let's start on a new university and keep building prefabs. Now that we have actual functioning construction offices, this should happen a lot quicker, you'd think. Okay. Wonder if I left enough space here. I might not have. That would be bad. Oh, no, that's fine. It works. It's all good. Okay. What's happening here? Why aren't you assigned to anyone? I mean, I guess it's just that these construction offices are all busy doing the oil field still. And it's just taking forever because the foundation took forever because we didn't have gravel for the longest time. It would have been ever since I reassigned this construction zone to use the local resources, and then I put it on the wrong gravel thing that would have held up absolutely everything. It also explains why that gravel road was never built, I suppose. Oh, actually, we should make sure that this one isn't having the same issue, because it probably is. Nope, this one's set right. They both are, I assume? Yep. Yep, that's right. Good stuff. Okay, well, where are we gonna... How are we gonna do this? Unfortunately, we don't actually have that big of a footprint for this town. It would be nice to have a bit bigger footprint. And I don't want to move the town in the direction of the pollution. So we're going to have it climb this way, I suppose. That's not great. Like, we have this town's kind of sandwiched by roads and rails and hills and stuff. Oh, well. Let's keep flattening out this way. I guess we'll have the second town center. We do generally want the cinema here to be kind of in the middle, and we can move this power line. That doesn't need to be there. That can move later. So we can end up having the second town center just kind of like up here, and then the university should go over here. I think that's the way it's going to go. So let's do that. Let's just go with that plan. Education related. We never built a Communist Party headquarters. We should do that in Spanovsky there. So medical university is the university we want. We want to put it over here. There aren't that many pathways to it, unfortunately. That's not ideal. I think we should have it like here. And it's just barely within range of the heating, so that's good. I think that's fine. It'll take a while to build anyway. We'll build the town around it as it goes. We do need more power in this area, though. So where's the other power connection? It's over here, so that makes sense. Yeah, so I bet we can put power right in here. That would work very, very well, assuming it's going to be good in there, and I think it is. Substation. Something like that. Okay, that looks good to me. Now let's get some power lines going. It's not ideal, is it? Don't have too much space to work with. Oh, but that'll work. It's good enough. Doesn't look quite perfect the way it is, but that's fine. It's not a big deal if it doesn't look like quite flawless. Appearance is overrated, says the guy who meticulously lines up everything right along the grid. Oh, come on, really? What? I had a spot where it was going to work, didn't I? Maybe not. Okay, well, we'll go over there then. Then we'll just have to cross wires or something. Maybe, yeah, just do that. What? Building in the way? Why? Is it the big power lines or something? I don't understand that. Okay, well, let's get rid of these. We'll come in from the other side. Seems good. Tell it to start. All right. Power will be set up long before the university's done. This can be a dirt road. I really don't need it to be fancy. Hey, it's springtime. Spring is springing. Soon it will have sprung. Our football field's finally done. Just in time for summer weather. We certainly need more than one of those. Oh, there's another one on the way. Okay, yeah. That's the one that was having trouble being constructed. This one was done a long time ago, now that I think about it. We definitely need to up the kindergarten and up the school. Let's just fill those all up. Make sure there's enough room in the shop. There's plenty of room right now, but just make sure by putting a little bit more capacity in there for the future. Seems good. Now, what are you doing, construction office? How are you doing this? It's working on the field right now. It's working on the hospital right now. Everything else seems stalled for some reason. What do you need? Nothing except workers. It's a real worker shortage is happening right now, and it's just because our buses have been so clogged up. Maybe we can get rid of one of these dump trucks, because these dump trucks are so big. I'm just going to sell this one. I'm going to put in one more of these chav buses here, one of these guys. And it's immediately going to bring people to the oil refinery. It's probably also a bit of a problem is the oil refinery has had all of its components for quite some time. Though it is missing mechanical... Oh, and that's more workers. It's missing mechanical components. Oh, yeah, because the factory wasn't functioning. Should be now, though, right? Oh, yeah, it's got plenty of components now. It's just that we only have one covered wagon, and it has a lot of catching up to do. So that's the issue right now, is the covered wagon's catching up. Lots of issues. It's just caused by me having been sloppy earlier, so it's created backlogs of various things, and that'll sort itself out with time. You don't generally need more than one, like, big components truck. One big covered wagon's usually fine, usually plenty. This dumper has asphalt just sitting in it. That's okay. Meanwhile, the tunnel is like almost 2/3 of the way done, it looks like, and that's nice. It's very nice. Oh, hello, Jack Tank. What does the Communist Party headquarters do? I forget. It has a purpose. I think it lets you set up certain options. I should just put one in. I should put one in. I've done it. I mean, I've used them before. I just kind of forget. It's been a while. But I think it's like it lets you set certain things, like certain parameters and stuff. Or I think it's different from the town hall. The town hall gives you information about the town. Maybe the headquarters might give you information for your whole thing. Either way, let's figure it out. Like the city hall gives you basic town information. We don't care about that really. So yeah, let's put in a Communist Party headquarters. See what happens. Put it in over here. Even though we don't have extra workers over here, but we can later. We can move buses off of this platform to the other towns. That big bus is just filling right up. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so education. Communist Party headquarters. Let's do it. We'll have to take out that path, but that's okay. And we'll have to make that road go a little bit crooked. Oh, I don't like that placement, you know? I really don't. I'd prefer to put it like this. I think that's much better. So we just need to flatten that terrain a bit, and it'll be fine. We have lots of bulldozers. They will work quickly. They'd better work quickly. Come on, bulldozers. Plowing all of my beautiful trees that I slaved over. I slaved over those trees only to plow them. Oh well. They knew what was coming eventually. It's the same thing that happens to all the trees around here. Eventually, we come for them all. Might be able to squeeze a couple more of these tenements or these prefabs up here too. The big bottleneck, like the reason I wasn't putting more housing in was because these shops were so close to full, and this one is so close to full. So yeah, we really can't afford to put anyone else in this town when the shop is not running very well here. Okay, so let's see if we can squeeze it in now. Not quite. We're close. Oh, hey, by the way, Twisted Officer, you were talking about RimWorld earlier, and I wanna let you know something, because I think it happened after you left. Out of the entire colony of the RimWorld there, you are the only one who survived. You survived because you were about to die, you were minutes away from bleeding to death, and you were kidnapped. So you're living off your life probably as a slave to some sort of tribal society happening there, but you're alive. So you actually came out better than anyone else in that game. So just by the way, that might give you a bit of peace of mind or something, I guess. I suppose it depends on whether you'd rather like die on your feet or live on your knees, you know. So there's the options there anyway. You can always live on your knees. Yes, as anticipated, you're a survivor. I thought we were all survivors, but it turns out that was a very optimistic viewpoint. All right. Good. That'll work. Communist Party headquarters. Here we come. We'll use a dirt road. Oops, I think I put that wrong, but it seemed to have worked anyway. I'm gonna fix it though. Yeah, I totally did. Like I attached it to the wrong spot. I don't know why it worked, but it did. I don't know. Strange. Cool. So that'll be done eventually. Sweet eventually. I think that's within range of 2 different construction offices where it's at. Probably they both auto-assigned. Yes, they did. So it'll be done pretty quick, actually. Oh, we want to manage the number of workers, though. It's drawing a lot of workers from the town, and we want those workers coming to our steel mill. So we don't want it doing more than 30. How about that? Nice compromise number. Oh, look at this. We can't store or export steel. So we need more forklifts here now. Oh, good stuff. Look, our open storage here is completely filled up. And we're out of... We need more forklifts over here. So, yeah. That's really good. Now we have 4. That should work very well. That's a really good news situation that we... we're producing enough steel right now where we can export the lion's share of it. It's a really, really good thing. Okay. Still requires mechanical components. Just one more truck, though. And it's probably on its way, I hope. I hope. Yep, covered wagon, that's it. Last mechanical components. Underneath the now finished pipelines. Yay! Only 600, less than 600 work days until that's done. Unfortunately, our input is not done, and it hasn't even been assigned. Oh, it's just because they're overloaded with work. That's why. But still, let's make sure we assign the particularly important things here that need to be finished right away. Oh, fire extinguisher. I didn't even notice it burning, so that's good. Good job, fire stations. Manually assign these. At least get some trickle of oil. But I mean, it's doing these ones first because they're closer, you know. So I mean, that's okay. We do want them all done eventually, so it's fine. And it's been mechanical components and gravel that have been the real problems and workers, and we've got all of that solved. So those should happen reasonably quickly. Now let's fill in this area. Do we have a pub in this town yet? We do, right? Yeah, we do. And we never actually set this stuff up. We should do that. Like, we need to set these things up to not to import anymore. Okay. That's good. So, here, this guy is for food distribution. Go there. Don't load, unload. Yay. And then this one does the stuff that is not, that we're not making right now, which is only booze, right? Yeah, it's only booze. We're making everything else. We're making all the things that the shopping mall requires, and that's very nice. But it needs to deliver to the pub. Pub should not be at max workers. That's silly. Never need max workers at a pub. Every pub I've ever worked in has always been understaffed, and we can be understaffed here too, damn it. Pubs and understaffing. Name a more iconic combination. That's it. If you've ever worked in them, you know. Okay, so that's that. Now, we've done meat. We did meat a while ago, so let's do clothes. Clothes are this guy. Yes, this guy. Okay. Clothes. Add that. And don't load, unload. Oops. 80%. Pubs and alcoholism. Damn it! Damn it! You got me. You win this round, omnivore. But I'll be back. I always get the last word. That's why I'm the one talking, you know? It's all about the words here. I'm all about the words. Without words, I'd be nothing. Oh, we also need electronics from the border. I didn't even think about that. But yeah, we're definitely not making electronics. That's a long ways off. Okay, so, yeah, we totally forgot about that one. So we need to add the warehouse just for electronics. Now we're doing that. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's fine. It's working elsewhere. So over here, no, where am I going? This way. Aha! And unload. just the electronics, please. Pump that up to 80. Yes. Yes, the last word will always be mine. It's usually good night. Except people sometimes stick around and chat a bit and say more things, so in that case, I kind of lose it. But then I stick around and chat even longer, and I have nowhere to go. Okay. Why aren't you assigning your... Well, I mean, I keep asking, like, why aren't these assigning to a construction office? But it's just totally because we have so many projects in the oil fields. Always, always, always. So let's assign the slightly farther away construction offices to these buildings. That one. These are at the border construction offices. Okay. And the power lines, I guess. Where are they? Oh. So hard to see power lines before they're finished. That one has assigned to the local one. Probably because the other end of the power lines are much closer. So we'll assign this one to the border office as well. Okay. Wow. We're using so much gravel that it's like totally keeping up with the production here, which is great. I don't think we're in any danger of needing a second gravel quarry, but we're using a lot of gravel. That's all I'm saying. Has this road been finished yet? Probably. Yeah, it totally has. This will be our new highway eventually. Right over the mountains. Through all obstacles. Okay. Crane's working hard. Building the tunnel. This is how you build a tunnel, right? You get a little arm and you just move it back and forth and 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 until the tunnel's done. Hey, the tunnel's not done. Okay. Sure. All right. These are coming along very, very nicely. No workers, missing power supply, missing resources. Surprised the power supply isn't in place yet. It is as far as here, though. That's fine. Yes, very close approximation indeed. That little animation works just fine for laying rails, but not so much for the tunnels. I see the buses are feeding this tank here. This will be either fuel or bitumen, whichever we decide. And it has all the resources, all it needs is workers, but for some reason those buses were both empty. Probably because we don't have enough people in here to supply all the stuff that we've assigned. Oh, wait, I think people died. We also have the hospital just filled with frickin' doctors. There's no way we need that many doctors, especially with no ambulances. We just have like a hospital full of doctors. That's the only thing in this town. May not have any patients, but we have tons and tons of doctors. Good stuff. Let's do this one, I guess. It's cute. 2. At least they didn't reuse it for a digging animation. This is true. This is very, very true. Yeah, that's what was happening with all the workers here. We keep finding reasons why we've screwed up the production, why it's not happening. There's the gravel, there's the mechanical components, there's the steel, and now finally we had a hospital hogging all of our working population. Turn it way down. Oh boy. So I think we're full up on all the stuff we need here. Yeah, we got all deliveries of good stuff. So we're going to turn off all of the purchasing. Oh, no, turn off the purchasing here, please. Yes. No more purchasing. All manual, all the time. All right. Do you have workers? Yes, 36 workers. Great success. And there's a crane on its way to the fuel storage here. This one will be fuel. Good. We need to get this town's population up in a hurry, though, because we're going to need these people to work in that oil refinery very soon. Let's start thinking about the town again. Can we put a football playground in here? I mean, we can. Is it going to... Oh, yeah, that's really nice. That's a very good spot for a football playground. Really? But you fit in the thing. You showed fitting. I don't know. Go away. Let's try that again. Should work, right? Well, I'll just tell it to do with the paths already in place, I guess. It's fine. Oh, and it's doing fancy paths. Screw you, fancy paths. I don't want to have people working on those. Basic paths. That's all we need. That's all my citizens need. If they wanted more, they'd just ask, damn it. And they've never asked. It's a shame. Maybe that's what the headquarters are for, so people can ask for things. If that's the case, then I just need to destroy it as quickly as possible. I'd rather live in ignorance than live based upon the whims of the common folk. Okay. It's pretty good. Would have been nice to have a little bit less space, I suppose. Like if I'd put the university slightly closer, it would have been slightly better, but not really even. Oh yeah, that's actually perfect. Good stuff. I'm gonna move that last building over slightly, I think. Not really much of a difference. Oh well. Hey, SimCity Ready has improved. You redeemed a highlight your message. Hey, by the way, everyone was talking a while ago about like wanting to have rewards and stuff for the channel points, and I checked into it. You know, I looked at the little interface just to see what that was all about, and I don't know, man. Like it just made me think to myself that most of those rewards that were at least like default options and stuff was things like changing the emotes, and I'm like, but I like my emotes, and so I guess I have to come up with something clever like squats or something, but I don't know what to do. I really don't know what to do that makes sense in terms of redeeming those points. I mean, I guess you can always highlight messages until the dogs come home. If they're ever going to come home, I don't know. I think the dogs may have abandoned us, but if they do come home, we'll keep doing emotes until then, I guess. I don't know. I don't have any ideas. I'm all out of creativity. So I actually disabled the ones that were things like the changing emotes thing and that kind of stuff. I totally like, oh, treats. I should offer treats to y'all. I call you my dogs, by the way. That's a pet name. Yeah. So yeah, like, I don't know, like, I almost, yeah, you're right. A rush idea is a bad one. It'll come to me. That's a good point. I almost feel like, I mean, I don't know what other people do with those channel points, but they feel like, to me, like they're kind of silly, right? Like, I don't really know. I mean, I guess there will be a use for them at some point, I suppose, but I don't know. I'm not sure how I would use them that would make any sense. That wouldn't just be something dumb. Yep. Someone got it. There wasn't much to get, in fairness. But I mean, even though I don't really see much point in them, I also don't really see much point in turning them off. You know what I mean? Like, they're just kind of sitting there doing nothing right now, which is, I guess, equally as good as being off, but no better. So, sure. I guess you can highlight your messages sometimes. There was a little warning saying that, you know, you should, like Twitch had a warning on the interface screen being like, you'd better turn up the points required to highlight a message or your chat will spam you for the rest of time. And I was thinking to myself, man, I have such a small chat. I kind of want you guys to spam me for the rest of time. That would be nice. So I don't know. Maybe I should leave it on the very, very low cost that it's at right now. Who knows? Yeah, totally. And that's the trouble too with being a variety stream, right? Like I don't want to be like going into the interface and changing the rewards every time I change the game I'm playing, right? Like, it just seems like one of those busy worky kind of things that doesn't really help anyone do anything. But oh well, this is a perfectly fine channel without that gimmick. It can survive. Oh, we should have a path going this way. That'll help people get to the store slightly faster from like one very particular angle. Actually, it really won't, will it? This is a faster route anyway. Oh well, whatever. It would make, yeah, there are some games where you can totally choose your own adventure, you know, like have chat make the decisions. Like I could see that in Suzerain, maybe. Not that I've played it in like a month and a half or something, but... Oh, we need to have a passenger bus too. We never built a passenger bus for this town. Just have it go to the main station, I guess, and then the passengers can go wherever they want from there, I suppose. We also don't have an education bus, but we're building a university, so I don't know. I think I'm just going to leave that alone. Do one of these ones. I like these ones for passengers. Okay. From here to... this one? Only passengers, please. And, you know, tourists, if any exist, which they probably don't. And we might as well send students, you know? We'll load students, yeah, we'll unload students here and we'll load students here. Might as well, right? For now. It'll be passengers and a school bus, and it'll bring people close enough to the school they can get there on foot. Until this is done. I don't know why I'm even building this university, you know, because like it's not going to be great because we don't have enough population to sustain even the factory jobs we have set up. So I don't know what I hope to gain, but oh well. People must have died here, eh? That's what all the town halls are really good for, is figuring out like which town people are dying in. I don't know why though. Must have been the lack of hospital, probably. Their health probably plummeted when we didn't have a hospital for a while. Oh well. Come on, inputs. Might have been a better idea. Maybe it still is a better idea to like pause construction of all of this stuff out. Oh, but that's such a pain in the butt. There's so many buildings. You know what? Screw it. It'll happen eventually. It'll do it when it's good and ready. It's a metal town hall meeting. Yes, it is. Absolutely. It's more about like a city census, I'm pretty sure, but I like your interpretation way better. Censuses are many things, but they are not metal. That's for sure. Maybe I should get the road work thing doing some asphalting here. I might as well. Like, it won't hurt anything. We have plenty of spare capacity right now in the road construction office. So let's just get all of that and then all of this. I do want this being an asphalt road eventually, because the plan is eventually we will be expanding over here. We'll be expanding over here maybe, or over here or something. And this will be our highway. We want to build it ahead of time. Then we'll probably have another highway kind of going from here this way, something. I don't know. Might as well keep the road construction office here busy, because it really isn't as it stands. Asphalt plant can't produce asphalt. Well, that's a problem. No workers. Yeah, well, whatever. You'll get workers, right? It's because there's no workers at the damn bus stop. Why aren't there workers at the damn bus stop? Are you all building buildings? Oh, jeez. I didn't turn that down. Well, that explains it. Just go to 0, please. Yeah, it's building all of these things. Oh, boy. Yeah, that's actually kind of an issue, isn't it? The cinema's still not done after all this time. That's funny. Let's add a new construction office to this. I'm okay prioritizing work on these. This one's almost done. This one is not almost done, but it's well on its way. Yeah, that's where all the townsfolk are right now. They're all working on building new buildings for me. Oh well. Bring out your dead. Bring out your dead. Bring out your dead. Yeah, yeah. That's how I imagine it. I imagine like the town crier in the town hall at the town meeting, yelling, "Bring out your dead," and then wheelbarrows full of like famine victims wheeling up so we can count them and make sure we know which town they're in. That sounds like my kind of empire, you know? We need more fields. I mean, this one's okay for now. Like, we actually they're barely being used, which is kind of weird. Do these guys not like sports? No, they love sports. Oh, well, whatever. Passengers are at least now being taken care of here. And probably same with the students, you'd hope. But yeah, the orange buses are basically hogging all the workers to go over here, which is fine. At least these things are producing stuff now. And we do want to keep the heating plant going. That seems important. And the fire station too. That also seems important. Nice. I'm actually not familiar with that album. Fuck, I feel about this might be sacrilege to many people, but I feel about metal, like thrash metal, like that kind of metal. Very, very similarly to how I feel about folk punk. I'm sure that's sacrilege, I'm sure. But both genres are amazing live. They're spectacles, you know, and they're full of energy and great live shows. But I don't want to frickin' listen to a metal album, you know? It doesn't, not songy enough, you know? It's just too much shredding, too much showing off. On the other hand, I have seen Slayer live, and that was a hell of a live show. I don't know if I've ever listened to a Slayer album all the way through, if I'm being real with you, and that's sacrilege, I know, but I would not miss the live show, that's for sure. Good, I haven't lost a viewer, wonderful. Metalheads can be touchy, I tell you. Yeah, absolutely. When I want something like fast and heavy, it's usually not metal either. It's usually loud punk or something. My favorite stuff for listening to generally is stuff that kind of like revolves around the orbit of post-punk and like the various ways post-punk went after post-punk, you know? Like that's what I like. I like the feel and spirit of punk, but a little bit less prescriptive in terms of song structure than most punk music tends to be. That's my favorite jam. As I mentioned earlier in the stream before most of you were hanging out, Sleaford Mods is amazing. They're my most recent band I fell in love with. They are in that vein again of being punk in terms of spirit, but not punk in terms of like rigid song structure. Pretty eclectic, I guess. They kind of like verge on hip hop in some ways, but at its heart, it's definitely post-punk. It's hard to describe though. It's kind of a genre in and of itself. But they are amazing. And if anyone in chat has not checked out Sleaford Mods, number one, do it. Number 2, I'm terribly disappointed in you. So fix that. Yeah, I was just talking about metalheads being touchy. I don't know. Yeah, seriously though, SLEA Ford mods. God, Death Grips. I've listened to Death Grips a little bit, not that much. Not really, I guess. I mean, similar in the way that they're both like modernizations of post-punk, kinda, but I don't know. Are you familiar with the Viagra Boys? Do you know the Viagra Boys? Like, if you did like a band that was like, how do I describe it? God damn it. So, okay, equal parts. I'm not actually saying they're like the Viagra Boys. I'm trying to like paint a picture here. How do we do this? How do we paint this particular picture? It's hard. So like equal parts Viagra Boys, Wu-Tang Clan, and spoken word beat poetry. Oh my God, that sounds awful when I say it that way, but it's kind of like that a little bit. A little bit. I don't know. How do I describe it? I don't know. It's weird. It's weird, but it's funky. It has really cool bass lines, amazing lyrics, and a really amazing, like, working class UK attitude. You know, like Eastern Midlands, kind of like lots of the good kind of swearing. I'll put it that way. I do not know Clippin' at all. I'm interested in hearing though. I should check them out if they're anything like what I'm describing. I've never actually heard of them, I don't think. Yeah. It's a two-piece band. One guy's the DJ guy, and one is the singer. Yeah, it's all you need sometimes. I'm pretty sure they get their friends to do the drum loops. Like they have various drummers, but most of the instrumentals are just the one guy playing various instruments. A lot of bass, quite a lot of keys, but done well. Like keys are often done terribly, and then sort of samples and stuff a little bit, but only a little bit. It's like primarily bass driven. It's much more bass than it is anything else in terms of the instrumental track. Anyway, this is turning into a music stream. It's supposed to be a workers and resources Spanovsky stream, where we go inside this building and view the world from the inside. Ooh. We're just breaking the fourth wall here. No, that fourth wall is totally broken. Breaking the fourth wall. Oh boy. Sleaford mods. Oh, here, I'll just do it this way. Just stop the music for a second to talk about music. That's a good one. Done. Back to the music now that we're done talking about. Now that I'm done typing about music. Man, I wish I could like play copyright music for you all. You know, I'd totally do it. I'd turn this into the Sleaford mod stream, and we just listen to good music while playing a game. But that is not possible, unless I want to get in big trouble with the man. The man will trouble us. Don't want that. Okay, so what are we doing? Like, other than being like loaded and flooded with rubles, we got maximum rublage. We're waiting on all this stuff still, unfortunately. Next time we do any sort of big construction area, I'm going to double down on the number of construction offices I build, because we have enough infrastructure in place right now that we're keeping our supplies in order pretty well. We're low on prefabs because of building all of those new tenements in town, but that'll fill up soon. So here's a load of steel coming in and refilling that. Prefab will be by anytime, but yeah. Oh, there's a prefab truck right there delivering a load. 11 tons. So we could definitely do with having 2 construction offices, both operating around here. I kind of feel like it's a bit late to do that now, but maybe we should. In fact, I'm pretty sure we should. We should just double up on the construction offices. Like, better late than never, right? So let's just do that. Okay, so how do we do this? We need to flatten this area, I guess, a little bit so we can put another office in next to this one. Maybe we can, maybe up here or something. I don't know. Yes, a long, long time ago. Man, I wish I got involved in those days. I'd be like, that would be like my trademark. Would be really cool music playing while I game. I'd love that. Love to be able to just share music with people. Oh well. Too bad, like, the new DMCA laws just poo-pooed everything related to that. Yeah. I never got involved with Twitch way back then. I mean, I've mentioned this a few times, this stream alone, but yeah. Still pretty new on the platform. Totally. Were you involved in Justin TV before that? Justin TV is where I used to get my bootleg sports way back when. That was all I ever used it for. It's like hockey and stuff. I'm just gonna do that so that it's there, and then we'll do a construction office, and then I'll probably kill that road afterwards. So, construction. And, yeah. No, we want the mod one. We want mod, construction office, this size. I find that the really big one tends to, like, clog up like a motherfucker, so I don't really use it very often. Look at me swearing up a storm. I should be careful about that. I keep reminding myself. Supposed to, like, be very, very light on the swearing in this stream in order to follow the man's rules. Oh, that was dumb. Okay, good enough. Actually, you know what? That doesn't make any sense to do it that way. All right. That's good. You didn't realize? Yeah, there's a thing. There's a thing I noticed in the whole setup, and like I was just reading through all the stuff I'm supposed to do and what you know, in order to get my channel going and all that crap. And it basically says there's an option where you can switch to adults only, and unless you're a partner, you can't. No, that's not right. Yeah, you can switch your stream on and off adults only, and it says that if you want to swear, you have to be adults only. So, but I mean, people do. I think that they sort of have that kind of rule in place just in case someone is doing it all the frickin' time, you know, when it's just nothing but swears, and then they'll like be like wag their finger, they'll give you one of these, and they'll be like, don't do that. Don't endanger children's ears. Their ears are very vulnerable. And then you have to switch to adults only and stuff, and I guess that hurts discoverability and all that crap. So I'd rather be an all ages stream and try my best not to overdo it. That's the plan. Yeah, totally. It's probably only if someone complains, realistically. I mean, I'm sure, well, not just probably, it's certainly only if someone complains. Hey, look at this, we're almost done the tunnel. Basically one more train load of materials and it should be done, I think. That's nice. And these tenements are done, so that's lovely. Let's get people moved in. I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna click on a bunch of buildings and we'll just start moving people willy-nilly. We'll move both Willy and also his friend Nilly, but only those two. Okay. All these citizens complaining about lack of churches. If you want churches, just leave. I'm not allowed to build any. They won't let me. Okay, so I don't know which ones of these are new, unfortunately, but it'll... Yeah, we'll just fill up all the buildings. All of them. Yeah, so you guys, like, if I ever piss you off, now you know how to get back at me. That's good, right? It's always good to know how to get revenge. Revenge is more or less a human right, I think. Okay, I think that's... Oh, no, there's that one still. Okay, good enough. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think anyone really cares, honestly. Like, I'm trying, you know, I'm trying, like, maybe not that hard, but I'm trying at least a little bit. I'm putting up a token effort at the very least, but truly, I don't think anyone's really paying attention. So, yeah. It's probably just wasted effort. Story of my life. All right. Yeah, it's fine. Oh, more over here. Really? Ugh, it's not great. This will eventually be a road, but eventually is not today, so just do a path for now. Okay, I bet we have lots of workers now. Look at that, 230 or 220 of them. Jeez, so many workers. I'm gonna crank up this number then. Let's get this building. So many workers. Oh, what's happening here? It says it needs asphalt, but this truck seems to be stuck. It has too much gravel for what it... I don't know what's going on there. Weird. Change depot briefly. Let's do that. Let's tell him to go to the... Yeah, there's some bug happening right now. So tell him to go over there. And then once we tell him to go over there, we're going to tell him to abandon that plan entirely and go back to the construction office from wherest he came. Go, cancel. Cancel thing. Did that fix it? Did that magically fix it? I bet it did. No. It fixed nothing. Okay, well in that case I'm just gonna have to fund it, because it's because the game's paused. Hey guys, that happened because the game was paused. That's why he was just sitting there, was because I had the game paused. I'm smart. Very, very smart. I'm very clever. Oh boy. All right. Yeah, I was proud of it. That's why I shone such a bright highlight on my handiwork there. Like you've never done that before, people. Come on. Oh, we don't need 5 staff, right? We need like 2 maybe. And we're almost full up on shoppers. We should get some more sellers. We should be looking at these numbers. We actually almost certainly need kindergartens and schools. And yeah, I mean, certainly kindergarten, maybe not a school, but we need a kindergarten for sure. So let's look at that. Maybe in here can be kindergarten and school. So if we do it like kind of like this, and then a school kind of like, oh yeah, that's fine. That looks good. Okay. Oh, that seam is in the wrong place. That's unseemly. All right. Oh, well, fair enough then, Sax. You have an excuse, unlike me. demolish, I guess. Yeah, we'll just take these out for now. We don't need to do those. Just leave the future to the future. The road's not quite straight, but I don't care at the moment. Maybe I'll care later, and then I'll curse myself. But not with swears. See? See? See, I'm improving. I'm improving. It's good. I will curse myself in ways other than literally. Okay. This road, meanwhile, is taking its time, but it is almost done, actually. Oh, look at this. I think we might have enough, store oil, store bitumen, and fuel. Okay. Power supply? Really? Still? Did we kind of neglect to build a local power supply around here? We might have. No, this is the local power supply. Oh, it's just... Oh, I didn't connect a road to the power. Ha ha! Smart. I'm just gonna fund that. It's only 4,000, and who cares? Okay. So... These are not done. Once a few of these are done, like this guy, once he's done, we'll have an oil supply. Like, we're almost there. I don't see any point in, like, rushing, because we're so close. Cenobites? Oh, I'm missing a reference somehow. Oh, well. Not perfect. I never claimed to be perfect. Only to be very, very close to perfect. You know, I'm kind of turning the corner in this music, I'll admit. Especially when you come in and go, oh, I forgot the music was such a bop. And I'm thinking to myself, like, man, I've just been complaining about how repetitive it is, but... And believe me, it's repetitive. It's very, very, very repetitive. But at the same time, you know, we're going. Ah, that explains it. I'm actually not... I've never checked out Hellraiser in any way, any form or sense. And I know that's almost certainly my bad. Missing out, but oh well. Oh well. I'm just an old man who doesn't understand young man's media consumption habits. There you go. There's a little bit of Deckard Cain voice for once. Hey, by the way, I learned my lesson doing that particular series, the Deckard Cain series. Like, basically the lesson is if I want to do like some sort of crazy voice, you know, I can do that. But what I can't do is just hang around saying whatever and doing whatever for long periods of time, like many, many hours at a time, and then suddenly like snap my fingers and switch on the voice and have it be equally good every time. So sometimes it sounded great and other times it just sounded terrible. And I didn't really feel like I was in control of how good it was going to sound moment to moment. So I think in the future, like, no weird character voices like that, unless they're just like weird projection-y, like this is my name and I'm going to say it really loud or something. Unfortunately, I think I have to like kind of limit myself there, because that got pretty sad at times. Trying to do this isn't the Deckard Cain voice. This is my more generalized old man voice. I had a Deckard Cain voice that involved a weird lispy E and other things like that. The general purpose voices kind of come easy, but the specific ones where you're trying to like copy someone, not so easy. Yes, they are taxing, absolutely. And your voice doesn't always sound 100% when you're spending hours at a time talking, so not always. The old man voice it was always a nice arrow to have in the quiver, though, like for the karaoke hosting and stuff, because it's fun to make fun of old people, you know. And karaoke has its fair share of old people, but it's mostly a young people's game, and young people love making fun of old people. That's just a rule of life right there. A little bit more of the occasional. Yeah, no, totally, it did. And it needed the lisp, right? Like, it's like, stay a while, you know? Stay. It's got that Deckard Cain, not only is he jovial, but he also has a lisp. And he's an old man. So I had to, like, in my head, I was going every time, I was like, okay, remember the lisp, remember the jovial, remember, just no, it was too much. It was too much. It will go on YouTube and it'll embarrass me, and that's fine. I'm just probably not going to do a repeat of trying to actually like copy some like really, really good voice actors' vocal techniques, you know, while also streaming and doing it like every hour for intros and outros. Just, yeah, that was too much. That's okay. Live and learn. Know your limits. Know your limits and talk within it, I guess. Do you guys have that ad campaign wherever you are? The know your limit and drink within it or whatever it is? That's weird Mothers Against Drunk Driving reference I just gave you. It's good stuff. All right. Yeah, no, he totally did have a bit of Sean Connery. It's like I sat there looking at a YouTube video that was kind of like a collection of his dialogue, and I was like going, oh man, there's a lot to it. I thought I could just do an old man voice and it would be fine. But no, there's a lot that goes into it. The lisp is hard. I've never actually like purposefully done a lisp before. So it kind of came and went. Sometimes I could do the lisp, but most of the time I was just struggling with it. Yeah. I don't know. There's been a couple times I've said something and I'm like, oh, you know what? No, yeah, you shouldn't. Yeah, dark humor's wonderful. You might have crossed a line there. It's happened a couple of times, but for the most part, I think I've been okay with that. Like, I haven't really felt like I've crossed too many barriers, which is always a danger when you have a dark sense of humor. You know, you can joke about the wrong thing. I think the no sympathy for the one particular death in the Rim world crossed a line. As soon as I said it, I realized, oh shoot, I shouldn't have done that. Just because I've been there, and anyway, I'm not going to elaborate because there's no point in repeating something I regret. But yeah, if you noticed, you noticed. All right, lumber. I'm certainly not one of those type of assholes who feels like being disrespectful is its own kind of sense of humor. I think that's like the laziest form of comedy that has ever been invented. The idea that like I can just say something that's going to piss people off and it's funny because they're pissed off. Fuck those people. Excuse my inappropriate language. And that whole branch of comedy is just god awful. No originality. Everyone doing the same jokes over and over again about how triggered everyone else is. It's just ugh. I have too much respect for comedy to pay attention to those type of comedians. Yes, it's hard to read an audience when you're on Twitch, right? Because like, and that's totally true. But like, I mean, what am I gonna do, right? Like, you get like 2 or 3 people chatting, and you get some idea of them, but not much, because it's like a couple little text messages. What does that tell you about someone? And then there's always going to be like the half a dozen lurkers or whatever. Like 2/3 of the audience is usually just lurkers. So there's absolutely no way to read the audience, and it makes it a challenge. And I absolutely do not want to trigger anyone with jokes. That's a bad way of being. Even though it's not always 100% avoidable. Sometimes it happens, even if you try not to. But you do your best. So I think, oh, we still don't have oil, eh? That's funny. It's like exactly like look at this. Here, we have this going out to here, but this pump isn't done. The pumps over here are done, but this one particular station isn't done. Or it's not the pumps, the oil rigs, but the pumping station isn't done. And then over here, once you get past this, then the rigs aren't done again. It's just, yeah. We're missing like the one key building in all directions. Story of my life, I tell you. I just get no respect. No respect at all from oil rigs. My favorite comedian, by the way, in case anyone's curious at all, is Norm Macdonald. And I'm sure, just because it's so much a part of me, that you probably, if you're familiar, you probably catch that influence here, there, and everywhere as I'm commentating. I love the, what's it called? Oh, geez, names. I'm so bad with names. It's called a dead cat story, I want to say. Is that right? Oh, God, now I have to check. I don't want to, like... Oh, actually, no, I'm not going to check because we're almost done this episode. In fact, not only are we almost done this episode, we are done this episode! Hey, YouTube, good night. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.